Consistency matters more than vocabulary. So after teaching 100 people how to learn Japanese, I just noticed this one thing that most people are doing wrong. So in this video, I'm going to talk about what that is. I'm going to share that with you. And so if you're studying a lot of Japanese, but if you're still not fluent, please keep watching. By the way, guys, my name is Sean Nairn. I'm an interpreter here in Japan. And on YouTube, I teach foreigners like you how to actually build a career in Japan without needing to go to a language school, right? So let's dive right into it. If you're studying Japanese like crazy right now, but you still can't hold a conversation, guys, it's not your fault, okay? It's not because you lack passion or effort or any of that. It's usually because you're avoiding certain things that have to be done. And what do I mean by that? Guys, you're probably watching more YouTube right now rather than saying the words that you learned. Or whenever you're with a group of friends and you don't understand a phrase or something that is said, you're probably skipping or like changing the topic instead of sitting down and searching that word. All right, guys, I call this creative avoidance. It's what we do when we make us come up with excuses in order to feel good about ourselves. So it's all that I'm going to try to speak more and practice more of my speech only after I understand grammar, right? But like, are you actually studying grammar to improve on a daily basis? Probably not. Or it's all that I'll like whenever I try to speak at night, my brain just shuts down. So I'm just going to study with YouTube. They're all excuses. This is called creative avoidance. All right. So in this video, I'm going to talk about number one, why you keep avoiding important things like this. Number two, what happens, all the repercussions that we have when we avoid things. All right. And number three, the last part is going to be how to be creative when learning. So this is kind of going to be my gift for you. So if you want to actually be fluent, this is going to change your life. So please keep watching until the end. Right, guys. So anyways, number one, before that, let me pause. Let me delete myself for a second. We help foreigners in Japan build their careers without going to a language school. All right. So anyways, guys, I think language schools are very expensive, costly. So we do it on YouTube. All right. Anyways, let me put myself back. And guys, we'll move on. Number one, why creative avoidance happens. So sorry guys, this is what your brain, this is what it looks like when it understands something versus this is what it looks like when it doesn't understand something. All right, it's like, it just pauses. And remember, this is basic psychology or basic biology, if you want to call it that. The human body and the human brain loves flow. Your blood flow, when you're breathing, it's in and out, right? We don't like to pause. So because our body likes efficiency so much, when your brain encounters a situation that like they don't understand a phrase like Japanese, they're like, and pausing actually ends up being, oh yeah, I don't want to think about it now, so I'll avoid it. Okay. So after pausing, it chooses to avoid. This is what our brain does in order to actually just like avoid stuff to, save energy, right? This is what happens. This is why creative avoidance happens. Okay. And number two, what happens when we keep avoiding the unknown like this? So you're trying to learn, and the ideal roadmap is like you're learning, you're not pausing, you're just learning everything on the way. It's like this. This is category A. Okay. So these are people who are actually fluent. Whenever they pause, they don't avoid. They actually pause and learn from it. This is what they do. Right. On the other hand, people like you who are watching this video and you're struggling with Japanese, you pause and avoid, and therefore it just sucks. You just keep hitting your head on the wall, and it just doesn't feel good. Okay. But guys, lucky you, there's a way to actually become more creative about it and kind of use your brain that likes looking for threats in a good way. Okay. So why do our brains look for threats? We're trained. Our brain is made to actually identify threats and try to survive, not thrive today. Okay, this is a very important point. We're made to survive. Okay, so the point of this presentation is we want to use our brain that's very good and talented at looking for threats and change that into an advantage. Okay, and how do we do that? Okay, how do we get creative when learning? So let's look at how you can actually guarantee failure. Like, what does it take? What can you actually do to guarantee absolute failure? And after looking at these actions that you can take to fail, we change that into something positive. Okay, so we're going to look at our threats first. What are, we're going to flip it later. So what are the threats? Okay, we're going to say, I'll fail if, for example, I'll fail if I never study, right? That's a great way to fail. I only watch YouTube for studying. That's another good way to fail. I constantly skip words when I don't understand it, all right? Another amazing, great way to fail, right? So now we're using our brain's, ability to actually identify threats. These are the threats, man. These are things that are negative, right? And because we're very good at looking for problems, let's flip this. So instead of saying I never study, you can say I always constantly study. Or instead of saying I only watch YouTube for studying, you can say I don't only watch YouTube, I also talk to people and practice my speech. We're flipping it, right? And instead of saying I constantly skip or like avoid the topic when I don't understand it, you can say, no. I always pause and search or ask right there when there's people if I don't understand a word, right? This is where we flip it. Okay, this is kind of the most important part of this video. Again, we're using our brain that's very good at looking for problems, and we're changing it into actions. All right, so the 3 actions that we have here, I always study, or I not only do I watch YouTube, but I ask people, I talk to people, or I don't skip the words, I don't change the topic, I ask people, right? These 3 actions are the things that you're supposed to be doing, but most people are just like the creative avoidance, right? You're not doing it. But guys, anyways, if you keep doing this over and over and over again, these actions that I talked about in this slide right here, I guarantee you that you'll be fluent. Anyways, guys, if this video helped you, please like the video and talk about it with friends and family, right, guys? Anyways, talk to you in our next one. Bye-bye.